Spencer, if you want to do harmonics, you got to make sure you're on the right spot. It's really easy if you just... The 12th fret is a really easy harmonic to get. But if you just play lightly here, you can do that. You can also get them on the 7th fret, the 5th fret. Try moving your ottavio. I don't know how much rock and roll I can play with this acoustic classical guitar. So you know there's this one how did that one go? So anybody new here, I'm giving this guitar away today. It's a Gibson C1 Classical. If you're in the US and 18 or older, you can go, hurry up, go register right now. The link's in my profile to sign up. Probably in 10-15 minutes I'll be giving this one away, raffling it off. Yeah, Spencer, you just got to keep working. It takes some time, but if you keep doing it, you'll get there. Dracula, if you're still there. A good eat to start is? I'm not really sure what a good eat to start is. Maybe spaghetti? If you're signing up for the giveaway now, make sure you let me know so I can make sure to add you on the list, the giveaway list. I'll remind everybody again before we officially do it. Oh, nice. Okay, thank you. Make sure you're added to the list, Crispy. Let's see. Alright, I'll check that in a minute. But yeah, by the way, this is a vintage Gibson nylon string from like the early 1960s. Your name is Nick. Okay, I'll make sure that you show up. Hello, Kingdom of Jerusalem. Welcome. Is that A major 7 enough for you? I think it's funny how people just ask for random chords. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but it's always fun. Is that all nylon strings? Can classics have metal and nylon too? Well, these are all nylon strings, but the bass nylon strings are actually wrapped in metal. These three. But you can't put like traditional steel string, like acoustic steel strings on here because there's too much tension. There's like 20 more pounds of force pulling this way. And if you put those, it's going to rip the bridge off at some point. So, yeah, don't do that. So just to remind anybody new to the stream, I'm giving this guitar away. The link is in my profile to enter. Make sure that you let me know that you entered, so I'll make sure you're on the list when I give this away in probably, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. We'll see. Make sure everybody gets here. You have to be in the US and 18 or older. Oh, subscribe too, that would be great. Didn't get to see you string it that much the other day, so is it sounding good? Yes, the guitar is sounding good. I don't know if you saw it, but I broke the E string. It popped right out of there, the high E string, and that was devastating. But luckily I had an extra E string, so I put that on there, and it took me a while to really get that thing in tune. These nylons really take a while to kind of settle in, but yeah, it's good. The Jackson, so you know, I'm looking right now for a dinky, and I found some on Amazon. There was a couple of cheaper ones, so I think I might go to the Guitar Center. I think they're having some kind of sale or something, so maybe I can find something good there. Oh, okay, thank you, Brid. Make sure you're added to the list. So, yeah, I mean, I can play Autumn Leaves, but you know, I'm trying to stay away from playing copyrighted material on the live stream, just so I don't have any chance of being like copyright stricken. Thanks, Reno. If you're in the US, 18 or older, you can enter to win this. I'm giving it away on the live stream here. Just go to my website, and the link is in the description, and not the description, the link is in my profile. 7-string dinky. Yeah, I'm excited about trying some Jacksons. Somebody, I have this Harley Benton that I reviewed. It was the first Harley Benton. I haven't like actually reviewed it yet. I've been playing it and getting used to it, but I kind of gave my first impressions of it. And I was saying how, you know, if you're in Europe, it's really cool. Like, you're lucky to have Harley Benton. And they're like, no, if you're in the US, you have vintage Jackson and Charvel guitars. So, Charvel? See, this is how much I know about those Jackson and Charvel, I think, Charvel guitars. But apparently those are great guitars to find, and I'm excited to try those out. I think there's like a Charvet. Hello, Michaela. Good to see you here. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello. Has anybody tried that Charvet guitar? I think that's maybe their entry level. All right. Yes, this guitar. If y'all don't know about this guitar, if you haven't seen it yet, it's a Gibson C1 classical. It is from the early 1960s for sure. I think 1961, but sometime in the early 60s. I found this, somebody was throwing it away outside my building. The bridge had popped off because there was a crack here, but I repaired the crack and repaired the bridge, so it's looking great, playing great. I actually gave this guitar away. I raffled it off, but the winner didn't claim the guitar, so now we're re-raffling it here. Let's see. You saw them at your local shop. Nice. What genres do I listen to the most? You're more into classical composition and jazz. Nice. I listen to a lot of... I listen to so many different types of music. I can't just say that I listen to one more than the other. But what I listen to most, I guess, is like jazz and classical and bluegrass. I like to listen to a lot of bluegrass. The way to join is by entering the going to my profile, and you'll see the links there. So go to my channel profile. Let's see. I've been listening to a lot of like 2000s rock lately, just getting back into it. And I've been listening to a lot of new music that people have suggested, like metal music. Been listening to some rap music too. Just anything that I come across. I really like, I personally use Apple Music because I just have all this Apple stuff, so that's easy to use. But Spotify, I'm sure, has the same thing where they just show you a lot of new music based off of what you've been listening to. It's just so amazing how much music is out there. Like when I was a kid, see you, Michaela, I had to buy CDs. They were like $20 a piece for a CD. And you just had to listen to those albums over and over again. But now, like all those albums that I paid $20 for, they're just free. They just show up. It's incredible. You're on Android, yeah. I haven't listened to Novo Amor. Who's that? What kind of music is that? Who's that by? I'll take a look. Lil Bow Wow was my first cassette. I remember Lil Bow Wow. He was wearing was he wearing like an orange coat or something? I don't remember exactly, but Lil Bow Wow, yeah. I wonder if anybody now has heard of Lil Bow Wow. I guess he's Big Bow Wow. Maybe, if he's still making music. Let's see. Do I like more melodic playing like Steve Vai or Eric Johnson? Is Steve Vai and Eric... Okay, see, I haven't listened to enough Steve Vai and Eric Johnson. What I've listened from them, I enjoy. I like them. It's really hard to say what my preference is, but definitely good melody, and I really like really good rhythm, like very solid rhythmic players. Has anybody heard of Chris Thiele? He's a mandolin player, but he's done all sorts of stuff. Like he has an album with Brad Mehldau that's really great. Okay, Novo Amor. I see them here on Apple Music. I'm gonna definitely give them a listen. Which album do you recommend? I see Birthplace here. I'm gonna add that one, but let me know if I should add a different one, and I will listen to it. All right, let's take a look at the, I think it's getting time to, it's getting time to do this giveaway here. Let's make sure we got all the new people added to this list, and I will share my screen so everybody can see it. But let me make sure everybody's added first, and then I'll do that. This is going to be a fun giveaway. I cannot wait. Birthplace is an incredible one. Okay. Awesome. I'll start with Birthplace, and hopefully that leads me to the next album. You know, somebody I listened to that I hadn't listened to in a long time was 9 Inch Nails. You know, it's amazing when you come back to music that you haven't listened to in like a decade. Hopefully, at least in my case, the appreciation level just grows so much. It's really impressive what they did, but just all these people. There's not many musicians that I listen to that I'm like, these people don't deserve to be here. I know I used to probably think that way and think the music was simple, and maybe like the music is, but whoever was like recording, like whoever was playing on those albums, like pop albums or whatever, whatever kind of music we think is really simple, I think there's a lot of like great engineers and musicians that actually played on that album, and yeah, that stuff like can groove really hard, even though maybe it just has been so repetitive and people get tired of it. I mean, I understand that, but when you haven't listened to it in 10 years and you go back and listen to it, you find out, or you realize, oh, this is actually really good stuff. What's up, JC? Let's see. Sorry, guys, I've got so many tabs open here. Let me just open another one and find console. Yeah, that's what I need to find. So anybody on the stream that wants to enter, 18 or older in the US, go to my profile and sign up quickly, because we are going to raffle this soon. Alright, I'm checking my list and making sure I have everybody. Check 1, 2. No Canadians. Unfortunately, not. I mean, if you walk over to the US, I can send it to you if you're close. But, you know, unfortunately, I can only do it in the US right now. It's just the rules. But, yeah, I really want to go to Canada soon. I've been here in New York for 4 years, and then in Connecticut for a year before that, and I haven't been to Canada yet, and it's upsetting because I'm so close. Spencer, I have private lessons that I offer. I have a link in my profile, my channel profile, but I don't offer like just a straight course. Let's see. Okay, here's a new name to add to the list. Sorry, I got to do this one at a time, but I don't think it'll take that long. Where am I from? I'm from Louisiana originally. Louisiana. Yep. The very hot Louisiana. I have to say I enjoy it over here in New York quite a lot. The weather is much nicer. Name checks out, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, the name, I don't think it's like a typical Cajun name, but it does fit in quite nicely with all the others down there. Michael Baines. Yeah, thanks. The headphones, I like them. I haven't really seen anybody else with these. There is one YouTuber who like just reviews headphones. I don't know if anybody's watched any of like headphone review videos, but these guys are like really serious about headphones. he had good things to say about this one, so that's good. But they're not really in production anymore. But I think you can still find one on eBay for like $150. I can't remember how much I paid for these. I got them used on Facebook Marketplace. I don't think I paid $150. I think I probably paid less than 100 if I had to guess. All right. All right, so whenever I finish doing this, I'll show everybody the names, and if your name is not on the list for some reason, you can tell me, and I'll make sure you're on there before I do it, before I do the raffle. Didn't you get like 1,000 views on Twitch? That would be pretty cool, since I'm not on Twitch. Yeah, not on Twitch. Taylor's or Martin's? Yes. Yes. I like the Martin HD28. And the Taylor's, I can't remember the number. It's like either like 7 something or 9 something. I played somebody's, and that guitar was really nice. I think it was like one of the top of the line ones. Who are you cheering for, chat? Who needs a classical? Good question, T-O-O. Who really needs this guitar? I hope somebody who really needs it gets it. Sorry, I wish that this process of entering these names was not something I had to do by hand, but unfortunately it is, so I'm getting there. Got to make sure everybody got a lot of new names since the stream started. Giveaway. That's right. Brianna Donna Ding Dong. I don't know if anybody understands that reference. Okay. How do you join? Firestyle. You join by going to my channel profile, and there's a link to join. You have to be in the US and 18 or older to enter. Okay. Let's see. All right. Sorry for the silence, everybody. You know, I can't really do too much except for just talk. And yeah, so I'll just keep talking while I'm doing this. Talk. What's good? Is anything exciting happening? Any music news? Has anything happened? Where do you get your music news? Trying to think. I haven't heard anything really exciting lately, but I'm sure there's always stuff happening. Ryan Howe. Oh, maybe okay. I'm going to pause just for a second, just a little musical interlude. Okay, back to it. back to it. Heard Soundgarden is releasing an album. Oh wow, with the last songs Chris Cornell recorded. That would be pretty cool. Are there any Linkin Park fans? I haven't really listened to the new Linkin Park album, but I've heard like the single from it. Any opinions on that one? That's another band that I went back and listened to after, like, I don't know, I probably hadn't listened to them in 20 years, 15, 20 years, and it was different than I remember, for sure. Oh, they have I don't know much about, I mean, is the whole band into Scientology? I know I heard about, like, the new singer is, like, into Scientology or something. Yeah, it was really strange when I went back to listen to Linkin Park. Like, all of a sudden I remembered, like, all the songs, because I guess that was one of the CDs that I had, and I must have listened to it a bunch, so I knew, like, the non-popular songs on the album, but I had forgotten that I knew all those. Favorite chord, I don't have a favorite chord. I like all chords equally. Maybe. I don't know. I'm sure I do have a chord that I play more than others, though. So I'd have to think about that, and I can't think too much while I'm doing this. This is already too hard just to talk and do this very simple task of checking to make sure the person's not already on the list and then adding their name. Early 2000s and late 90s, yeah, there was some really good stuff at that time. By the way, Spencer, I'm adding your name right now. Added. Diminished chord is good. Jane's Addiction Show. I don't know about that. I'll have to look into that. Anybody else have any comments on that one? You know, the song Black Hole Sun has some really cool chords. Really cool chord progression. Just nice, like, really nice voice leading from the chords. They got into a fight on stage. Interesting. You know, I knew a lot about, like, all these bands and all the people in the bands, and then after, like, going to do classical guitar for, like, 10 years, all of a sudden, like, your mind, you only have so much space, and you kind of have to relearn all this stuff. So sometimes I get confused with all these rock people. I mean, I know their names. I grew up with them. Like, that was everything when I was growing up. And then you get into jazz and you get into classical. These gateway music. Rock is a gateway music. Black Hole Sun, won't you come? Yeah. Dr. John and Tom Waits and Kenny Chesney. Nice. Yeah, those are some diverse musicians there, and they're all great. You know, if anybody, if y'all don't know about Victor Wooten, he's definitely one of my favorites. I mean, I don't know. That's weird to say. Not that I really like his music more than anybody else, but I like his philosophy on music. And he wrote this book called The Music Lesson. I don't know if anybody's out there. John Wack, we are going to be giving this away soon. I'm just finishing up here, and we're about to do the raffle shortly. But anyway, back to Victor Wooten. This book, The Music Lesson, is really great, especially if you're starting out. Like, I read it when I was doing my undergrad and, like, doing a lot of jazz. And, like, improvising and, you know, it's tough. It's really tough at first, knowing what to do. I mean, a lot of people have this issue. Like, my students who are into rock or whatever, they want to know how to improvise correctly. And it's hard to just say, like, oh, just do this and you'll be fine. There's, like, I don't know, I'll just say a number, 100 different elements that you kind of have to master to get better. I mean, not necessarily master, but, like, there's all these different elements that go into making good improvisatory music. And this Victor Wooten book really, like, simplifies a lot of those, like, elements. And he talks about it in a way that, you know, you can really picture, and you can use it as a good guide to kind of, I don't know, get better. But it's really weird. It's not like a method book or something. It's a fictional story, and that's all I'm going to say. So if you're interested enough, go check it out. Go read, like, the preview or something. Or I think he has a book on tape, too. A book on CD. I would recommend the book just because you can kind of use your own imagination there. But yeah, Victor does a good job reading it as well. Yeah, you know, I don't know if it's fiction, but you have to read it to find that part out. Yeah, I think it's fiction, but it's also nonfiction as well. There's elements to where you're not really sure if we're in reality or not. George, this is the Gibson that I'm about to raffle off shortly, in just a moment. Yeah, it's a narrative story, which, like, you're thinking to yourself, like, how could a narrative story be helpful for learning guitar? I promise you it was very, very helpful and influential for me starting out. And I still think about the concepts that I read in that book. So it's a story, but it's almost like going to, you know, having a teacher and going to a music lesson. So that's the best way I can maybe put it. All right. I am... how do you enter the raffle? Go to my profile, and there's links in the profile to enter. Let me know after you entered, because I'm about to share my screen and show everybody the names on the list. And yeah, we're gonna raffle it off. I played it. One of my students has a scalloped Yngwie Strat, and it's interesting for sure. Yeah, this is Victor, please sponsor me. I would appreciate that. I don't know if what you would want sponsored, but go listen to Victor's music, I guess. I'm practicing for my sponsorship. Nice. Okay, thanks, Steve. Oh, nice, George. All right. Sorry, I gotta find these names now in my needle in a haystack. Okay. Alright, look, let me do this real quick. I'm putting the timer on. We've got 2 more minutes to enter. Go to my profile, a link in the profile, and go enter. Now, you got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Go to my profile. You have to be 18 or older and in the US to enter. But the link is there. Check 1, 2. Alright, we're gonna do it this way. Sorry everybody. Okay, Binks, good. Yes, good luck everybody. Alright, I know this is not very exciting right now while I'm just filling time. Alright, there's a timer, there's a 2 minute. So it's, yes, rub. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to add everybody to this list, and if you just entered at the end, make sure your name is on here. If it's not, let me know really quickly, and I'll add it on. But I'm going to let everybody check. Sorry, let me just set this up real quick. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there, people. All right, here we go. So take a look. Make sure you see your name. If you don't see your name, let me put these in order. If you don't see your name, let me know real quick in the chat, and I'll make sure that you're on there. This is in alphabetical order. Okay. Going down the list. I have your emails as well, so if you're first name only, I will, I'll have your email. I don't think we have any double names here. Okay. Let me know. I'll wait just another minute to make sure that your name is on the list if you signed up. And then we will do the raffle. Wait a minute. You didn't see Steve. Okay. Thank you, Steve. Sorry. If you saved, I'm just going to add your name, Steve Erickson. And, okay, James Martinez, thank you. Sorry, people. I've got this, like, list, and it puts everything in a random order. So that's why we're double checking. Steve Erickson and James Martinez. All right. Everybody else seems good then. All right. Let's see. If they're aliases, it's okay because I have your email. So we will I'll email the winner. I have a spreadsheet here. All right, so when I press this start, we've got 10 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, start. The giveaway has begun. Who is going to win? This is very exciting for a Gibson early 60s. Miles Renault has won. TOO. What was the wait for? Okay. Miles, are you on the stream right now? Congratulations, Miles. Congratulations. Okay. Miles, I'm going to check with you. I'm going to email you and make sure that you do, you are in the U.S. and 18 or older. But yeah, it's awesome. Congratulations. I think this is a sweet guitar. But if for some reason I don't hear from Miles in the next few days, we'll do this again. But hopefully this time it will go to, the person who won. And hopefully we'll have the next giveaway coming up soon as well. Make sure you're subscribed for that so you know about it. Yeah, I think play some riffs. Okay. I think he might be from Louisiana too. So, yeah, that's the guitar. Some pocket. I never really got my rasgueado down. Yeah, so I gave away this guitar. Miles Renault won the guitar. So it's very exciting. It has been given away. Uh, Thank you, James. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you for entering and for being here. Dare you to play Welcome Home. Yeah. I don't want to play copy-written music because I don't want my channel to get in trouble because I'm still new to this whole thing. I can only play inspired by. I think I can play like copywritten songs in shorts. Somehow that's okay because it's less than 60 seconds, but you have a broken guitar? That's sad. I actually have a broken guitar too, and you'll hear about that soon. It's a very, very sad story, by the way. So that's a little bit of foreshadowing for what's about to come next on my channel. It's a broken guitar. I know people play like cover songs all the time, but technically you can get in trouble for that. It's just really up to whoever owns the copyright. If they want to take your video down and give you a copyright strike, they can totally do that. I know it's like not necessarily what happens all the time, but just randomly, even big time YouTubers have this kind of thing happen to them. They can decide to like file some legal thing and get your video taken down, and if they do that, it's just the YouTube policy that they will give you a strike. And then if you get a strike, there's all sorts of like other things that happen along with that strike. At least this is my understanding of it, which is pretty annoying because I would really like to play other music and talk about it and like show you what I'm talking about, but I feel like I have like zero like influence or something when it comes to that thing. So if something were to happen to my channel, it's just going to be done right now. So maybe when I like have some more experience and have been doing this longer, I'll be brave enough to play other people's music. I'll figure it out somehow. Let's see. That's crazy that the fretboard popped off. It must have been very cheaply made, or I don't even know. That's crazy though. I've never seen that happen, but I've heard one other person talk about that before. And I guess, it happens, but I guess if there wasn't enough glue or if it got too hot, that could happen. Do I ever get anxiety playing around people? Sure. Yeah. Depends on the situation. When I first did this live stream, I had some anxiety. It was pretty intense. Like, I was just playing, and then all of a sudden, I looked up, and there was like 100 people in the live stream, and I'm like, oh my God, I guess I just have to keep going. And it's weird, too, being here in my house where I'm comfortable, but you're also still performing, so you can't stop. You got to just keep going. But yeah, depending on the situation, absolutely, you feel anxiety. But I think that's a good thing, because sometimes when I've like been way too relaxed, it just like it's missing something. That anxiety is part of like the energy that goes into a performance, I think. Jasmine, that belonged to my grandfather. Missing a string, a bridge, nut and pegs are broken. Oh, okay, that's no good. I really like those old Jasmine guitars though. They're pretty cool. But that's sad to hear about the state of yours. I don't even know if you can get that fixed. I guess you could. The Jasmines were pretty cheap guitars though. Yeah. Goodwill is just a Okay. TWO. I don't get it. Sometimes I get a little confused, but yeah. Can you play the intro to Live Is to Die? Oh, are we talking Towns Van Zandt? That's what I'm talking about. I'm a big fan. I don't know if any of y'all know Towns Van Zandt, but yeah, big fan. Ibanez Geo, JX50. Oh, Metallica. Okay, I see. Sorry, different to Live Is to Die. Let me listen to that real quick. I mean, like I said earlier, I don't really want to play cover songs, but maybe that one is generic enough. I'm listening to it right now. It's on it. Metallica does some classical. Check 1, 2. Can you? Okay, you can still hear me. Let me see. I can. Yeah, this is kind of like just chords. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on at the beginning of that intro. Yeah, I could definitely play it, but I can't play it right now. I would have to kind of learn it. Are there 2 guitars playing there? Yeah, see, it's weird talking about the music when nobody can actually hear the music. You made a metal rock band we call Svitany of a Dying Star. Symphony? No. Sympathy? Svitany of a Dying Star. We're going to cover Everlong by Foo Fighters. Yeah. I used to play Everlong a long time ago. That was one. 4 guitars. That makes sense. Yeah, there's like a lot of stuff going on in that intro from what I heard. It's pretty interesting. In Metallica, that's another band like that I used to listen to a lot when I was like high school. I mean, even kind of growing up with Metallica, and I listened to them again recently. Like, wow, I was really surprised because they're not like super like hard metal when you compare them to like, I guess, newer metal stuff, or like even when I listen to stuff from like the 2000s, like that was more popular alternative rock, like that stuff is super heavy, but Metallica is very melodic. A lot of the guitar playing, not everything of course, but yeah, I was impressed by just kind of some of the textures in the music and just some of the like melodic guitar stuff that was going on there. I should be able to give specific examples. I think I have to look. What's up, All Out Guitar? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Enough goodwill from your YouTube channel to play covers and listen to music to not be tripped up. I wish that was the case. I don't know. Maybe it could be, but I'll have to figure out a way. I'll have to be brave. It like, even if it's a small risk, it's a risk. So I've got to be careful. But Metallica, I I think I was working on one. Oh, okay. It's not one. Yeah, that one's very popular. I think it was. Let me see. Was it Nothing Else Matters? That's interesting. Very melodic stuff there. Come on, where is the song? What's the one? Yeah, what's this song? That's all I can play. Is it Fade to Black? Is that might be the one? No. Oh yeah, yeah. That's it. Fade to Black. Oh, one. Yeah, Fade to Black is nice. Okay, so one. You know that do that solo thing that they're doing. It's just really, really melodic stuff. It's not what I would think of when I think of like metal, but it is. It still is. It's amazing how much depth there is in this music. I mean, there's a reason why it's so good, I guess. Why it's, sustained for so long in people's minds. It's really cool. All right. Really. Yeah, there's just so much rock history to learn and to kind of understand, to get to know these bands. It's really amazing, the people that really have this, amazing working knowledge of the history of rock and metal. And I feel bad that I don't have that. And I'm hopefully can start reading a lot more about that and researching that. But it'll take some time, I know. I do remember growing up and knowing a lot about these bands, but you're a kid, and things are not in the same perspective as once you get older and you kind of understand how music works and all of that. You've been trying to teach yourself the pentatonic scale off YouTube. Yeah, well, that's something for sure. Hello, Joshua. Yeah, that's the one. I feel like this is the main one here. But hopefully you've got a really good handle on your picking. And then if you do, definitely check out the pentatonic scale. By the way, I'm just going to plug this real quick. I do teach lessons online. If anybody wants a lesson, you can go to my profile and sign up for a lesson. Or like if you want, you can sign up for like an info session, and we can talk about what a lesson would be like. But I do highly recommend, taking guitar lessons from a good teacher. It's probably, taking one in person in your area is probably the best. But online lessons are good in like a different way. I used to teach only in person, and then when I moved up here, I actually started teaching online with all my old students. And that was before the pandemic. I was using Zoom. I was an OG Zoom user before anybody knew what Zoom is. And the lesson, it's kind of expensive because I'm here in New York, and just like the rate of everything is expensive, but it's $50 for a one-time lesson. But if you want to do like multiple lessons, like regular lessons, we'll work out a little bit of a discount for that as well. I'm in New York City, this crazy expensive place to be. I would highly recommend coming here as a musician, but also just be prepared that to make it as a musician in New York, you're going to have to like be extremely creative, not only in your music, but in just life in general, because everything is like just multiplied. You know, you hear about that kind of stuff before you move here and you're like, yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. But it gets intense, that's for sure. Yeah, you've been playing your Ibanez for a year and a half, learned a couple dozen songs. It gets a lot of string buzz. Okay. Well, what you should probably do is try to raise your strings a little bit or straighten your neck out with a truss rod. That would be my recommendation. Look those things up on YouTube. There's a lot of people who will show you how to do that kind of thing. Yeah, I don't have any like videos on that, but there's plenty of great videos on YouTube. Truss rod, and then adjusting your saddle. Those are the two things you want to do. Oh, your grandpa used to be a guitar teacher. That's awesome. Yeah, I've taught guitar for many years. It's something that you learn to get better at. I feel bad for my beginning students when I was like still in college teaching. I mean, it was fine. It was good. I was very cheap too. But you know, you really refine your process over the years. And now I'm very efficient, I think. I mean, definitely compared to when I started. I can get you playing guitar very quickly and on the right track. So that's nice. He started teaching you, but at the same time lost strength in his hands from age. Well, that's unfortunate. We all have to deal with getting older and losing that ability. Hopefully he can still share some of his his experience, and just do what you can to kind of find another teacher, or just keep watching videos on YouTube. The main thing is that you just try to practice a little bit every day. Just really be focused on it. Have somebody to keep you accountable. I'm sure your grandfather knows how to do it. He knows the secrets of getting good at guitar. This guitar is a Gibson classical, vintage Gibson classical C1, I think early 60s model. It's been given away. So, but there'll be another one coming up sometime soon. Are my lessons free? You know, I was going to offer like some free lessons like on a live stream if you're willing to come on live and do a lesson. I may be willing to do that still, but no, they're not free typically. But go ahead and email me if you want to do, if you're interested in something like that. We'll figure it out. He got a job in the Great North Woods. Didn't work out that well. Then I guess he boxed for a night on accident and then okay. That's a pretty interesting story. Sounds like a good folk song. Awesome. He still remembers a ton. Yeah, 150, 200 students in Utah. Performed with John Denver. Very nice. Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, there's a lot of great musicians out there. A lot of... Hello, Ragni. There's a lot of great people teaching lessons. I'm sure everybody can find a good teacher in their area. I would recommend trying to find the best teacher you can. Or the best teacher you can afford, because there will be some people at the universities who are excellent teachers, but they're also very expensive. Could be $200 or more for lessons. But I would say if you're serious, then going to them is not even a bad idea. There's really a pretty tight correlation between quick improvement and having a really good instructor. So, yeah, that would be my recommendation to everybody. I don't know how long I'll be teaching lessons online, but for now, while I still have some time, yeah, I have openings there as well. But yeah, go find somebody good. All right, I think that's going to be it for tonight. But look forward to another super long live stream coming up soon. I'll probably do once or twice a week, like kind of an all-day live stream like I did on Friday. It was really interesting, but I like that. I can do my work. I'll try to do more like fun guitar work the next time I do it. This time I had to do some work on the computer, and that was probably not very fun to watch, but at least you could still ask some questions. So I had a lot of great people stopping by. Thanks everybody who did that. You started learning Everlong last week. Focus on getting the timing, transitions, and tempo right. There you go. That's what you got to do. Go slow. Go as slow as you need to play it perfectly. That's always my advice, and you got to hear that all the time when you're practicing. Slow down, make sure it's perfect, and then once you can play it perfectly, very slow, like maybe even slower than that, and then you speed up. But that's the fastest way to getting really good. All right. I will talk to you all next time I do the live stream. Thanks everybody. Congratulations to Miles for winning the guitar. If for some reason he can't claim it, we'll be back here again, but hopefully he will. The last winner, Punk Nerd, who won the first guitar, I talked to him, and he got the guitar. He's liking it. I think he's going to make a video about the guitar, he said, sometime. So that'll be cool. But it's exciting to give away really nice guitars. Hopefully this channel can keep growing, and I can keep giving away more and more guitars, better guitars, whatever I can do. It's a lot of fun. All right, y'all. See ya.